everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Luxury Living NYC, where we are going to go explore another neighborhood. And it's actually one that I've heard a lot of people asking about, Red Hook. Now, why is it called Red Hook, you may ask? Let me tell you, because when people came here originally, they found that it had very red soil. And if you look at it on a map, it does kind of look like it's a hook, like a claw. This one makes sense. Some of the others I didn't really get, which is probably why I didn't share with you why it was named what it was, but this one we get. Okay, so I love the boundaries here. You have the Buttermilk Canal on the west. It's called the Buttermilk Canal. Did you know that between Red Hook and Governor's Island is the Buttermilk Canal? I mean, maybe that's, what is it? The Fountain of Youth? I think that's where that is. And then on the right-hand side, you have the Gowanus Canal. Not as pretty of a name, but whatever, we deal with it. Then you have the Brooklyn Expressway, and then it just goes down back to the bay, or IKEA, right? Because most of you would know Red Hook from IKEA. But anyways, I'm so excited to show you around the neighborhood. And I gotta tell you, this building, I don't know what it is. I feel like I should. This is a real estate show. I'm a real estate professional. By the way, call us with all of your real estate needs. But I don't know what it is, but it's so cool. Give me something like burnt, distressed. I just wanna go. I wanna go explore. Oh well, let's go check out the neighborhood. We can't go. There's a fence, and behind the fence there's water. But I did look it up, and it was the grain terminal. So no more grain for Brooklyn. Okay, so if you see those trucks behind me, those are filming trucks, right? So they're out here filming something. Now, Red Hook is so desolate. This is actually going to be a scene where they're in Kansas. Obviously, we all wonder where people go for their driving school. Well, it's here in Red Hook. Less traffic. It's a great way to start getting your license. Okay, so some history about Red Hook, just in case you didn't know. In the late 19th century, early 20th century, it was actually one of the main ports for New York City. And then in the early 20th century, of course, all of the ports decided to head over to Newark. I mean, we know. So what were they gonna do? Well, then places like the beautiful community garden showed up. And of course, that monster that we all know when we order from every day and then we are really upset that we did, Amazon came in. But I think the biggest thing that Red Hook is known for is the good old Swedish meatballs. IKEA. Who's hungry? Okay, and of course, as always, we have to talk about real estate. So what does Red Hook have to offer? And also, I have to tell you, one of the things that I think is so special about Red Hook is there's a lot of buyers out there that want to be able to get out of the city fast because they travel a lot, going to the airport, or just traveling on their own. Or, of course, you have the buyer that just wants to be a little bit more inconspicuous. I'm sure you know some people that I'm talking about. Not everybody wants to be T-Swift in the middle of Tribeca. That's okay too. We'll help you there as well. But if you're looking at real estate options here in Red Hook, you're going to be looking at about 900 to 1.2 for a single unit. And it's going to be between 1.5 and 2 million if you're looking to get your very own townhouse. By the way, a lot of the townhouses are going to be 2 and 3 families because that's really what this area was for. After all of the, or when everyone was here for the ports, it was a lot of renting smaller spaces so you could work here. And that is what you have for real estate. Oh, I think they took a picture of us. There's even a house of gifts. It looks really cool. Okay, so I know that we've been showing you a lot of industrial things, but obviously I'm sitting on a stoop, a Red Hook version of a stoop, you know, whatever. So we're gonna have to talk about food. Number one, we're gonna talk about DeFonte's Sandwich Shop. Listen, DeFonte's Sandwich Shop has been here since the ports were, right? It is over 100 years old, and it is bringing amazing Italian sandwiches to Red Hook. No frills, don't expect anything fancy, but you gotta hit up DeFonte's Sandwich Shop. It is the staple. Next, you have Hometown BBQ. Now, I personally love some barbecue, so I think I might have to stop there after today's episode to try it out. Actually, I'm like craving some brisket and ribs. Anyways, so go and check out their barbecue spot. It's actually closer to the pier. So if you want to go snag a view of Lady Liberty and grab some good food, that's a great spot to hit up. Now, last but not least is the Red Hook Lobster Pound. Okay, obviously the name says it all. Go get your lobster roll, grab your fresh seafood, have a fabulous time, maybe even like a birthday party. That sounds kind of fun, right? Go enjoy that if you are hunkering down for some seafood over here in Red Hook. So something really cool that's happened recently in Red Hook, besides all of these awesome industrial buildings being turned into residential, they actually have a huge art community out here. It's amazing. There's a lot of studios, a lot of artists actually are renting space out here, doing their work out here. So it's fantastic for its new art scene. I almost think of it as like Brooklyn's version of the Lower East Side, right? Like it's a little bit grimy, but David Bowie would definitely live here. Anyways, if you are thinking about living here, you better make sure to reach out to us at the Wheelock team because we would love to help you find a home, maybe even one of these beautiful townhouses out here. And of course, as always, please share this with somebody who you know is looking to relocate or is just maybe in Manhattan thinking about where do I want to live in Brooklyn? Or maybe they're in Williamsburg and they're thinking, what is outside of Williamsburg? Well, send this to them. We would love to tell them. And please write any recommendations of where you would like to see us next down below. Like, subscribe, I already said send it to a friend. Anyways, how about you just go have a great rest of your day? And we at the Wheelock team would always love to be your global real estate team of choice. Bye guys.